Kit fans, and welcome back to the Talking Kit podcast, the very first podcast of 2022. A little bit of a hiatus, unplanned, but the three of us are now back together, and we're ready to smash the backside of 2022 in. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's me, obviously, Double A. I'm with, obviously, as always, as it should be, the original lineup. No fakes. James.
Hello. Nice to be back. It's good to be back.
It's great to be back.
I'm not sure about smashing the backside of 2022. I think that's a different podcast, but here for all the football content.
That's all we want from you, mate. That's all we want. And he's back. He's very retro today. Full of the vid, as you might say.
He's got the vid.
He's got the vid. It's Sean.
The COVID's piggybacking on me, dictating what I do and where I go and who I see.
1999. Yeah, sorry.
The kids from the 90s. 14, yeah. That's what I'm used to.
All them long hours. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
It's not my Christmas, to be honest. I had loads of time off, and then all of a sudden I got to spend it indoors, recirculating the COVID.
Inspirational stuff.
You sound very down about that.
Has BBC News not tried to get in contact with you about your experience with COVID? Because it sounds really detailed.
I won't go into details. No one wants to hear what goes on.
I'm sure I read online and Twitter that Leonardo DiCaprio is going to play you in the movie.
Yeah, he is.
A COVID Christmas, is that what we're going to call it?
No, it was a Harry Potter one, weren't it? Harry Potter and the infected hermit.
I don't think she's got around to writing that one yet.
I think she's way off on that. The title needs work.
Yeah, it's not quite catchy.
Harry Potter and the COVID chef.
I'm doing things. I'm doing things for the country. I'm doing it right.
Why? What are you doing? What's your contribution? Sorry.
By staying indoors.
Oh, okay.
Okay. No, you are. Are you vaxxed?
I've not been boosted yet, but yeah.
So you're not doing everything, then, are you?
I've got to wait. I was ready to go, and I've got to wait for 4 weeks now, aren't you? Before you get your boost.
You like Premier League sides. You're dropping like flies, Sean. It's unfortunate, really.
My 6-a-side team's taking a hit as well. They've had to go goalkeeper free last game.
Might help him win a game. What are they called? The Glossop Tropics.
Yeah.
You'll plug them.
Doing it now. We've got our manager, our captain, our man in the middle, Adam Field is the runner of it. Based on, Semi-Pro, the film, Will Ferrell?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, one of your sisters still has my DVD of that. So, yeah.
I'll get on it. Let me watch it first and I'll bring it. Actually, it's on Netflix. It's on Netflix, isn't it?
I bet it is. I'm just saying. I don't want it back. It's fine. I'm just saying. But other than the vid, everything all right?
Yeah. Good New Year. Well, as good as it could have been. Good Christmas. Good presents. Thanks, Aaron, for that Croatia shirt. I might wear it next time.
Oh yeah, I've got a very nice shirt lined up that Aaron very kindly got me, and your missus as well. It did have her name on the tag, but I will save that. I'll save that for a later video.
She did fuck all for it. She's not.
She even wrapped it.
She did all the research. She looked into it.
She wrapped it. I'll give her that. She did do something then. Yeah. But I found it. I bought it. So, bit of wrapping or sourcing and paying. What would you rather have? But no, I'm glad you both enjoyed it. Your present. Speaking of shirts, I did quite well this year. Well, I say I did quite well in terms of I've got bought shirts. I did get bought a couple. So this is the main one, as you might see. I'm thinking, Ronaldinho. The story behind it, it's obviously in Brazil '94.
So it's not the Ronaldinho we now know as Ronaldinho, is it?
No, it's actually Ronaldo, R9.
Yeah.
Because in World Cup '94, when he was 18, I believe, there was already a defender in the team called Ronaldo, so he had to go as Little Ronaldo. Well, that without Hannah didn't even know that that's like my holy grail shirt. That's the number one shirt on my list. Like the '94 World Cup was probably the first World Cup I remember watching and really being interested in. I think I was only 5 or 6 in Italianitis. So I don't remember much of that.
Couple of questions with that. How does the baton change from the defender Ronaldo, who I've not heard of personally, and then they're like, right, this kid's shit hot, so he's going to have Ronaldo. Does he then have big... Is it Ronald as well? Is it Ronald?
It's just Ronaldo, isn't it? Ronaldo. Is his name Ronaldo?
Like Ronald? Like if he was English,
well,
would it be, you know?
Yeah, I imagine so, yeah. Because I'm sure it wasn't Cristiano Ronaldo named after Ronald Reagan, apparently.
Right, okay. Was it?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, apparently so. So, yeah, I imagine it's Ronald. So I don't know how the baton changes. I just think obviously that Ronaldo, the defender, doesn't get picked anymore. So then Ronaldinho can then say, all right, I'm going to be Ronaldo. But I think the Ronaldinho later on, PSG, Barcelona, Ronaldinho, was obviously always in the same side as Ronaldo. So it made no sense for him to then drop the Dino.
That'd be interesting. If anyone knows, let us know. If the defender Ronaldo kept his place in the side, that would have happened with all three of them, perhaps. And then because what does it mean? Little Ronaldo, is that what it means?
Little Ronaldo, yeah.
So it'd be like, could you have big Ronaldo, little Ronaldo, and just Ronaldo?
You could, I guess you could. I don't know what big Ronaldo would be in Grande Ronaldo or Grande Ronaldo. Yeah, maybe.
Answers on a postcard, please.
Let us know. That would be great. Any Portuguese speakers, that would be great. So that was probably the best present. I'm man enough to admit I did get a bit emotional when I saw it. I had to hide my face. Just because I never thought I'd own that shirt, let alone with Ronaldinho on it.
Would you ever wear it?
I'm going to wear it when we go to that. I don't want to plug another podcast, but yeah, we're going to go to that event at the Lowry in a couple of weeks' time. So I think that'll be the only time I'll wear it. Obviously, I would like to get it signed, but when am I ever going to meet Ronaldo? So
aim big. That's all you can do.
The only thing I can think of is obviously he owns Valladolid now, doesn't he?
Did not know
Spain.
That.
Yeah, he owns Valladolid in Spain. So maybe we could do one of our new features. Go over there, watch Valladolid, and he might run into him, and I'll take that shirt.
Aren't they in the second division?
They very well could be. I don't really watch much Spanish football now. Now it's not on TV you can access properly. I don't really watch it. But yeah, I think they did get relegated. He's also just bought Cruzeiro as well, Ronaldo, which was his first team back in Brazil. And I think he was
it didn't strike me as someone who'd have that sort of money, Ronaldo, but think about it, he probably does.
Maybe him. I imagine it's with investors, isn't it? It's a bit like the Beckham one with Inter Miami.
Yeah, I guess so.
I think they had like a 100-year anniversary, and he was going to go to a game. It was going to be like a big, massive fanfare. Then he went and did a Sean Lee, got the vid, so he couldn't turn up to it.
Yeah. Just looking it up, because I didn't think Ronaldo, I mean, I know you mentioned investors, but Ronaldo's net worth 260 million, so he's not short of a bobby. I can't imagine he buys a pint in a pub in Brazil. I can't imagine he ever needs to buy a pint. But
that's why they have so much money, isn't it?
Money. Yeah, I guess so.
I imagine
the tropics. Come and put a few quid into the tropics.
We can get
well. Apparently, they need a keeper, so
subkeeper.
Oh, yeah. Wow. You might get replaced though.
Do you reckon Adam might panic buy a goalkeeper in your absence and get Gorham in for a couple of games or something like that, like United did?
They won't get on.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
How do you know?
You don't get on with captains, does he, Gorham?
No, it's that.
Yeah.
Well, you could go on eBay. Do you see that thing I sent you, James?
Yeah, Roberto Carlos. Yeah.
Putting himself out there to you can back. Is it like £5? You can come and play in your 5-a-side team. You know, you never know. You never know. You might have.
That'll be a lookalike. Surely that won't be him, will it?
It is him. It's legit. The only thing that would concern me with that is imagine he's just a five-a-side pitch. He's just smashing it at you, and you're in net, and you're like, you know,
just
keep your distance. Keep your distance, Robert. You know, not really smashing at me from.
He's going to be
close range.
Taking all the free kicks and just levering them at the wall every time. Like, just calm down.
Yeah, no, not for me.
Not for me. I mean, I would for £5.
I'd love it. I'd love it. And then, like, you'd want to. Would you like want to try and impress him and really get stuck into him, or would you just sort of be watching him in awe and the game passes you by a bit?
Yeah, definitely want to be on his side. I wouldn't want to go against him. I want to be with him. And then press him that way, little 1-2s and stuff. Left-footed as well, me. So, I think I'd like to impress him rather than try and put one on him. But that's what you.
Would you also, as well, if you get a set piece, be like, I've got this one. It's all right. You stay back a bit and sort of do the tippy toe and then sort of run and belt it, or I don't know. You can't take set pieces off him, could you? If there was one?
No, definitely not. My favorite thing, imagining Sean playing against him, was if he took a free kick and it whistled wide. Sean would probably claim that he got a fingertip to it.
I've grown out of taking credit for stuff I didn't do now.
Is that true?
I heard once at Neville Southall at a charity match. They were saying how he was still super competitive because someone had a shot and he made a really good fingertip save, and he was like, "It's a goal kick, it's a goal kick," and like it's a corner, he's like, "It's a goal kick, it's a goal kick," and he's like, "It's a charity match, it's all right," but he was like super competitive and didn't want to claim that he'd made a save.
No, well done. It's a charity match.
Kids crying.
Yeah. That clip popped up again recently, didn't it? I was doing the rounds on Twitter quite a lot.
I must have misremembered that. I do not remember him being that close in volleying the ball.
He was levering it.
Super close in. There was no need for him to be that close volleying them in.
He's proper levering it. There's no need. And it's the way he's so happy about doing it. Like,
yeah.
It reminds me do you remember when I used to come and play with your mates, James, a little bit? And I was a little bit older, but so I was a little bit better. And then I just had to hold off sometimes, thinking I'm just beating a load of kids here. It's not. I remember once you kind of did what Neville Southall did. I think I did I flip-flapped it past you once. And you went, "Yeah, I'm only small. Well done." Or something like that. And I was like, "Oh, I was just trying. I only did a little skill. Fucking hell. It's not my fault. You shit, is it?"
Well,
better. But yeah, so that and was Michael Owen the World Player of the Year at the time?
Yeah, he was at his peak then as well. Before the injuries caught up with him.
Yeah, absolutely ridiculous.
I think that's why he did it, didn't he? He was out for about 6 weeks. That's why he did that show.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. So gone off a little bit here. So that was the main shirt I got this year. I also bought some more shirts. I was given money to buy shirts. I asked for. Your mum will say, "Oh, what do you want?" I hate people doing that. Don't ask me what I want. You know what I like. You should know what I like. I'm quite easy to buy for. Football shirts, anything football, I'm happy. So I sent her a link to I think it was Classic Football Shirts to get a voucher, £100 voucher. But she just sent me the money anyway instead. So she went, extra effort. So I thought that helps me really because I don't have to just go to Classic Football Shirt. So I bought that recently. I think it's 2013 Brazil away, the blue one. So I've matched it up and bought the home. So I bought 3 shirts from Footy Kit Market on Twitter. Go and check them out, guys. They are got some great shirts on there. Quite reasonably priced. I think this was no more than £30. I think it's in great nick as well. Saying it's 7, 8, 9 years old or something. So I've got that one, which you might like. Adding to the Brazil that I've got going on. I think I've got more Brazil shirts than United shirts now. But United are shit, so it doesn't really matter, does it? And then I got another 2. Yeah, I got another 2 off Footy Kit Market. This one I'm made up of because it's a great shirt. So the 2003-2004 Barcelona home shirt, again, no more than £30, I believe. This was Ronaldinho's first season at Barcelona as well. So that's the main reason why I bought it, because I would like to get the name set on the back. Trying to find one. I mean, authentic would be the way you want to go. You don't.
Could you potentially get that sent off and have the official name on the back?
Yeah, I think there's an account on Twitter that I've seen. I think they're called Footy Creations or something like that. And they do name sets and stuff like that. But obviously we have, as James will know for his Christmas presents, we've got a heat press now. So I could just put it on myself, really.
No, but could you still get the official?
Original? Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to look for. I know on eBay they have got them. I have seen them, but they're not official. They'll come from like China. Not that I ever look to sell the shirt, but I think people want to buy it with the official name set.
Yeah,
I've asked some people.
You won't want it moody, would you? You want a moody sort of thing on the back. You'd want it legit.
Yeah. So I am on the lookout for one. So again, you used the comments before. So if anyone knows where I can get a legitimate 2003, 2004 La Liga name set from for my shirt, that would be fucking brilliant. So yeah, I am looking to get that one. And then the last shirt I got from Footy Kit Market sparked sort of my football kit journey for this year, and my goal. So really good thing about Footy Kit Market as well. I don't know if you're telling this, but they were dead sound guys. Like I was speaking to them on Twitter a little bit, and they put this shirt out on a tweet, and I quote tweeted it saying "must resist" or something like that, like must try and stop myself. And then a bit of back and forth, and he was saying why. And the reason why I was trying to resist buying it, because I actually bought a shirt for someone for Christmas, and I ended up keeping it for myself. I ended up having to buy him something else. So that United Chicharito shirt that I bought.
Oh yeah.
That was for someone else. None of you two, so don't worry. That was for someone else, and I actually kept it because I thought I didn't have that shirt, and it's Chicharito, which is quite good. So what they said was is that they would put it off the website and hold it for me until after Christmas, which I thought was really sound. So it is the 2004 to 2006 PSG home shirt. I mean, it might be 2005. So it's a T90 template, which I've spoke about on this channel loads, how much I like it. Nothing on the back, but it's got that proper top T90 template look. Obviously the patches on the shoulder, on the sleeves. I like it when the stripe isn't central on the PSG kit. I don't know why, it just stands out a little bit more for me. So I got that. That was I think that was like £35, I think. It's in great nick. So that's
Is your missus in earshot of your spends on this, given that she's heavily pregnant?
Priorities.
Baby's not here for another 2 months.
They just keep sending them to me because of the podcast. What can I do?
It's all you've been wearing in a few years, that kits.
This is with my Christmas money. Shut up. I'm allowed to buy what I want.
We'll get some Cowingate later on.
Yeah. She's got breasts, hasn't she? So that has sparked me now for this year. I mean, I have budgeted myself. I'm not a madman. To buy nothing. Well, not nothing, but I'm going to try and start a collection of T90 shirts. And it's obsessed me already. Like I'm going on eBay all the time trying to find some good deals. I found a couple, but I'm like, I can't buy any more shirts. I've bought quite a few shirts this month already. I've got a list of like 25, but then obviously like I put it on Twitter, and then a few accounts were trying to help me, saying, "Oh, these are good people that have started T90 collections as well." And one guy has done a thread of his, and he must have close to 30, maybe more. And like these shirts, I didn't even know that were in that template, but I've got the ones I want the most. I think like the Brazil home with Ronaldo I want, the Brazil away with Roberto Carlos I want, Barcelona with Ronaldinho I want, and then there's that famous sort of Inter Milan third shirt with the grey blacky stripes that are horizontal. That's kind of the pinnacle, but they're quite expensive or hard to come by. So I've got a list, but that's sort of my shirt goal for this year. I've never really specified or had a goal in terms of what shirts to buy. I just buy shirts I like. So yeah, the last shirt I bought, or I have bought, I've got the Dortmund T90 coming, which I bought for £20 off a guy from Twitter. Forget his name now, but he probably might be watching, so thank you for that. And on eBay, I got the Holland T90 home shirt, which I made up. I can't wait for that to come. So I'm 3 shirts in. It could be probably 6 or 7 if I had a bit less restraint on myself. There was a Barcelona with Saviola that I was close to buying. Yeah. And I held off. Hannah was actually trying to force me to buy it, and I was like, "No, we've got a child coming." Listen to.
And then you went, actually, no, you've got breasts. So
yeah. But no, and then Inter Milan, I almost bought. So I've managed to hold off, but it may get worse as the year goes on. We'll see. So the last shirt I bought, which I think is a bit controversial, but I thought, no, I've got to do it. I've got to buy it. So we spoke about the Adidas
I
team.
wonder what the controversy is with it.
Well, we spoke about that Adidas Team Geist release, didn't we? The new one that they've done. Obviously, United and Arsenal being in there, even though they weren't with Adidas when the first Team Geist came out. I think Arsenal's is maroon, like the last kit at Highbury and stuff like that, and United's is the black one. So I went and bought the Ajax one, the Team Geist shirt, just because I really like Ajax. I know we spoke about maybe going and watch an Ajax game, the 3 of us. Brand new with tags and stuff. So I think it retails for £63. It was on eBay. He wanted 50 for it, offered him 40, and he said yeah. So I'm quite made up of it. A little bit of a bargain, you know. Well, I've got a kid coming, James. I can't be like,
exactly.
Got to try it, haven't you? So yeah, I've done quite well for shirts over the festive period. I'm quite happy. But we'll see how the T90 goes on. I'm thinking maybe doing some videos of my search and how successful I am. I mean, if I get half of that list that I've done of 25 this year, I think I'll be quite happy. You know, I've set myself a budget every month. I think that I'll allow myself to buy shirts. If I go over that, then it could cause trouble. But yeah.
Have you ever been to Camden Market?
I've never been to Camden Market, no.
My eyes were open there. I went there. There's so many shops. Well, up north, they'd be called charity shops, but down there, they're called vintage or pre-loved.
Yeah.
I went in about 10 shops, and they've all got old football kits, genuine ones, which some shops say name your price. So you could have said a £5, they might have said, give me a tenner. Some, I went there, they're like the full 98 and 2002 international kits, but like 150 quid up. So next time I go Camden, I'm going to have a budget for myself and then have a little look.
Yeah. The one thing you probably want to check is obviously them kilo sales. There's like loads of bargains in there. Like, you know, you can go and spend, it's like £15 a kilo and stuff like that, and have a good get there early enough. I think there'd be loads of football shirts. I don't know.
We were meant to go to one, Aaron.
I mentioned one. I mentioned one to you, but I think it was before the Crystal Palace game, Manchester United Crystal Palace game. So I would have been doing it fine, I think. Again, more content for the channel. I'm happy to go to one, film it, and see what we get. But no, shall we actually get into this week's episode?
Yeah. Let's do the damn thing.
So, calm down, Wesley Snipes. So this week, or this episode, we put it on Twitter. We decided to give an option to sort of our followers. So if you aren't following us, make sure you are. We are at talkingkit on Twitter and Instagram, main places to find us. And yeah, we put out there just what sort of would you like to see us talk about, what sort of kits and stuff. So I think the options were, was it the first Premier League season, 92 to 93? I think it was. Copa America, anytime. And then, I can't remember the third one. MLS. That's what it was. Yeah, MLS. Those 3 didn't win. The one that won was World Cup 98, France. So yeah, I think that's a great episode. I think for me, probably, I remember like '94 was the World Cup. I do love that one. Obviously, my favourite shirt comes from there. But I think I was a little bit older, 14, I think, '98, and it was just like the buzz around watching that World Cup was just immense for me, anyway. So yeah, we decided to do an episode all on that and just talk about and see some kits from that era. So, Sean, how old was you then? '98.
I was 11.
11.
It was my favourite World Cup.
Favorite World Cup? I would say it's the best World Cup in recent memory for us, anyway. So what's your overriding thoughts on that tournament? What sticks out most for you?
I think it was because it was the first World Cup I really remember, and I watched every game, including the ones that were broadcast during school time in the day.
How did you watch every single one in school?
Because we had a little music room out the back with a telly, and the caretaker was a big football fan. So was the year 5 teacher. Sorry, the year 6 teacher. So he just let us used to go and watch the games.
I remember watching their first England game. Was it against Switzerland? Was it
Tunisia?
Well, I'm talking shit. Yeah, Tunisia in maths class. Everyone was like poured in. Nice sunny day. Yeah. Shout out to Mr. Barman, letting us watch. That was my maths teacher. That's what it was.
Mr. Barman, though, sounds like he should be pulling pints in Tenerife.
Speaking of beer, if we go back to Mr. Barman, this is like when I was in year 11. During, I think, me and a friend of mine nipped out. I think it's during dinner. Went and bought some beer and got drunk during school. I think we bought like two cans of like Tennant Super and just next to him. I don't know why. I shouldn't really say this though.
That's a Manchester upbringing. That's
my mum don't watch this. She's not going to find out, is she? So
traumatic. What's wrong with you? Why are you feeling so down?
I wasn't feeling down. I was bored. I just didn't like school. So
if you don't go, I'm feeling a bit bored. Shall I just shoot up some heroin? I mean, it's not. I don't know what made you go. Let's get some cans.
They're not the same, are they? I think that's around the time when it's probably started first drinking. You know what? Go in the park and you start experimenting with alcohol and stuff like that.
What he said with alcohol. Start experimenting, with like older men in the park.
That's for the World Cup 2002 episode. That one. So we just bought a couple of cans and ended up getting a bit drunk. And then we walked in, and you must have been able to smell it. So Mr. Barman gripped me and my mate, and he took us into the library or something. He hid us anyway. He was like,
"He does."
In the library.
To be honest, I don't remember much after that. To be fair, but I remember.
But my underpants were on back to front when I woke up.
Well, yeah,
my shit just falls out now.
He was just a nice teacher, and he probably saved us from getting expelled. So thank you, Mr. Barman, if you're watching. I don't know if you are, but yeah. So I remember watching that first England game in Mr. Barman's maths class. 2-0 win. Was it Shearer and Scholes?
Yeah,
scored goals. I seem to remember. Yeah, there was a lot of hype, wasn't there, about England in that. There is in every tournament, but I remember there being a lot of buzz around England, this England team. After that courageous 0-0 draw against Italy to qualify, and what seemed like an easy group for England, they came second, didn't they?
Rolled out of it.
Romania. After that 2-1 loss to Romania in the second game. But no, I think it was just a tournament, and I think it's probably the tournament with the best kits of all time as well. I've got to say that for a World Cup. I think it was the last. Is it the last sort of tournament before templates, especially World Cup? I think after that, all World Cups have just had templates since then, haven't they? Sort of. You think of the Nike ones in 2002. So I think it's the last one where a lot of kits were sort of unique, and a lot of teams.
Puma had a few templates, didn't they, in that World Cup? 02.
I think every team did. Adidas, Nike definitely did. But that's another World Cup, Sean.
What was England's group?
So it's Tunisia, Colombia, and Romania.
Colombia, that was it.
Yeah.
Because I was
Colombia
8,
was-
so my memory's not as good as yours probably for this.
You were at mine for the Colombia game, James.
Right, okay.
You left just after Anderton scored the goal, and I ran out to you when you were leaving. They scored again, and I don't think you didn't look harsh. You're like, oh, and then you went back to the car. That's what my memory is.
Yeah, I don't remember. I remember the knockout stages more, but I don't remember the group stages.
Yeah, I think, like I said, it was that bounce from England. Obviously, they had Le Tournoir as well, didn't they? Where they'd won that. I think there was a lot of sort of hype around this team. But you look at it, they weren't great, were they?
Do you guys reckon you could name the England squad for France '98?
I could have a good go.
Could maybe.
Does anyone know what group we were in?
Yeah. Was it Group G?
It was Group G.
I had wall charts everywhere. I had 3 wall charts for that World Cup. Actual scores, predicted scores, and another one for a backup.
Of course, why would you not need 3? Why would you not need 3?
So do you want to name the goalkeepers then? Obviously, you have to have 3 in your squad.
Yeah, so David Seaman, obviously.
Tim Flowers.
Tim Flowers, yeah.
Ian Walker.
Yeah, I think it was Ian Walker.
It wasn't Ian Walker.
It wasn't
Ian Nigel Martin.
It was Nigel Martin. Is it supposed to be a 23-man squad?
No, 22 in the day.
Yeah, I was going to say 22. There's only 22, but Tim Flowers, Nigel Martin, David Seaman.
Okay, are we going on to defenders?
You can go on to defenders, yeah.
The Sol Campbell.
Sol Campbell's there, number 2.
Yeah.
Gary
Did he play right back?
He's what, sorry?
I'm sure he played right back.
Did he? I don't know.
Sure
Or was he part of a 3? Glenn Hoddle might have played like a...
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Go on, sorry, Sean, you said...
Gary Neville.
Gary Neville's there, yeah. Number 12.
Graham Lasso.
Lasso. Yeah.
Martin Keown.
Yes, number 18.
Tony Adams.
Tony Adams, number 5, yeah.
Yeah. How many more have we got to go?
One more, which makes me think we didn't have cover for Lasso because it's not a fullback.
Oh, so it wasn't Phil Neville.
One more defender.
It wasn't.
Oh, it'd been Southgate. Southgate.
Oh no, sorry, yeah, Southgate's there. There's one more after Southgate though.
All right, okay.
Stuart Pearce.
No, I don't even know if they made an appearance. 19 at the time.
19 years old. Oh, Rio Ferdinand.
Rio Ferdinand was part of the squad, yeah.
Yeah. I thought you meant number 19 then, but then obviously I realised you said 19 years old. Okay.
Midfield. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I said, I don't think there's cover for left back for Lasso unless he's going to play someone else there. But
don't look like there was. Midfielders, obviously Paul Ince.
Paul Ince was there. He was number 4, yeah.
Beckham. Anderton.
David Batty.
Yeah. Batty, Anderton, both there. Of course, Batty was there.
Yeah. I remember Paul Merson being there.
Paul Merson was there, yeah.
Was David Platt there?
No.
McManaman.
McManaman was there.
Was he at Real Madrid? No, he wasn't, was he?
No.
2 more midfielders.
Did Rob Lee make it?
Rob Lee was there, yeah.
Yeah, good shout.
And you've mentioned one earlier on, but you've not mentioned him in the squad. Scored in the opening game.
Oh, yeah, Scholes.
Goals, of course. Yeah.
And then your centre forwards or strikers.
Shearer.
Shearer was there. Sheringham, Owen, and one more.
Ian Wright?
No. Did you say Paul Merson before?
Yeah. Oh no, that was 2000. I was thinking Kevin Phillips, but no.
No,
not Kevin Phillips. He was 31 at the time. One number 19.
It wasn't Chris Sutton, was it? Not sure.
No. Played for Spurs at the time.
Not Chris Armstrong, sure.
No.
Yeah. Was it Chris Armstrong?
Wasn't Chris Armstrong.
Nicky Barmby.
Striker.
You're not a striker. You sounded so sure then. Nicky Barmby. Number 19, play for
Fran-
Spurs.
Does he?
Les Ferdinand.
Les Ferdinand, yeah. Does he have affiliation with Rio? Is it his
Cousin?
Yeah, they're all, his cousin.
Yeah, cousins, yeah. Of course,
Yeah,
it was Les Ferdinand.
Les Ferdinand was there as well.
I mean, not a great squad, is it?
No,
Okay.
and that's what surprised me when you say that there was a lot of hype around that team, because you look at it and
it was the Beckham Owen thing, weren't it? And
Skull.
yeah.
But I think it was just like Latournois had won that. I don't think people expected him to win that, even though it's a nothing thing. And I think they just kind of all got excited, maybe a little bit too much. But as we know, it was never going to work out. I have actually got some tournament facts if you want me to go through them as well.
yes, please.
Regarding the tournament. So yeah, it was held between the 10th of June and the 12th of July. There was 64 games. Can you guess how many goals in the tournament there were?
How many games?
64 games. Nearest two will get it.
I'm going to do some quick maths.
You normally do like 2.5 a game, don't it? But
hit me up.
Oh, I reckon.
I'm going to say 112.
No, I reckon 141.
So Sean is the closest. It was actually 171 goals in the tournament, which averaged to 2.67 goals per match, which is a lot of goals. I mean, that's a decent return. Do you know who the top scorer was of the tournament?
Golden Boot would have been... Was it Davos or something like that?
Yeah. Do you know how many goals he got? How many?
6.
6 goals, correct.
Hey, that wall chart came in handy, didn't it?
It did. Do you know what the opening game was of the tournament?
Yeah.
France versus...
So no. They didn't...
Oh, did they not do that with the host nation players?
Oh, it used to be previous winners used to always open the tournament. So can you tell me who it was?
Brazil, Scotland.
Brazil, Scotland. Do you know the score?
2-1.
Brazil. Oh, was it 2-1? Oh, Scotland got a penalty, didn't they?
John Collins equalised from... Tom Boyd scored an own goal.
Yeah.
Big Jim Leighton was in goal. I hope he's not watching.
Well, I hope he is.
Who was Jim Leighton playing for then?
He must have been back in Scotland. Aberdeen, is it? Yeah. Last World Cup they ever got to, wasn't
it?
Yeah. Came bottom of the group. So the winners obviously were...
Your boys? No, France.
And the runners-up were...
Brazil.
Yeah. Do you know who came third?
It was Croatia.
Yeah. And fourth?
The Netherlands.
Yeah.
Thank God it wasn't an African team.
And the highest scoring game of the tournament was Spain v Bulgaria.
6-1. 6-1. Kostadinov, 59th minute for Bulgaria.
Oh, this is Sean in his element, isn't it? Absolute element.
Absolutely wheel out.
They didn't get out the group, Spain.
That's on my notes. Despite this, Spain didn't qualify from the group. They came. No, that's fine, Sean. You know, knowledge, mate. Knowledge. Yeah, they didn't get out the group. They came third in their group. I was going to check now who it was that.
I know.
Go on.
Nigeria.
Me miss.
Nigeria, Spain 3-2. Old Danny Atchie, I think, got a brace, I think. And it was Paraguay. No. Yeah, it was Paraguay.
Paraguay.
Yeah. Nigeria, Paraguay, Spain, and Bulgaria. Bulgaria was 0-0. Sorry.
Every time I think of Nigeria now, I always think of that game, Sean. I don't know what game it was where it go, England play Nigeria in this international friendly. Which game was that when we used to play as kids?
Soccer?
Possibly. It was just the commentary was really blocky, wasn't it? It'd be like, Nigeria play Spain.
Actual soccer too.
Yeah.
So
Shearer on the front.
specific. Had to be number 2. Who was on the front of that? It was actually a soccer one. Was that the one with Shearer on the front?
Shearer was on that one as well, but with an England kit.
Oh, right, okay, fair enough. But look at that Spain squad. They had Zubizarreta, Canizares, Abelardo, Albert Ferrer, Aranzabal, Ivan Campo, Nadal. The midfield let them down a bit. Luis Enrique, Hierro.
Guardiola.
No, Guardiola wasn't in that squad. They had Raúl, Morientes. Really annoyed me in the Spain squad. It happened with Xavi and Iniesta. Xavi would wear 8, and Iniesta wears 6. But on this squad, Raúl was wearing 10, and Morientes was wearing 7. Like,
that's odd.
There's no need for it, is there? To be honest with you. So there's some facts and figures from that tournament. It was a great tournament, I think. Obviously, I wanted Brazil to win it. They didn't. Obviously,
you had the Barthez Blanc connection, didn't you? Kissing Bartez's head.
Kissing the head, which were you saying the other week that they won't replicate that at Manchester United, wouldn't they, when they were both there? They refused to do it when they were there.
No, you mentioned that, didn't you?
Did I?
We might have been on another podcast when we mentioned that.
It was, yeah. No, it was, yeah. But I remember
because I think you said, what's the point in signing him if he's not going to do it?
Yeah.
Put it in his contract. Put it in
I
his
agree with
contract.
that, yeah.
Right, listen, Lauren, we've brought you in. Okay, your experience. We've got Ferdinand in as well. We want you to sort of help him out. But you need to kiss Barthez on his head. In fact, he might have been there before Real.
Yeah, before. It's when we got rid of Stam and they brought Blanc in, and everyone was fuming because he was like, 35, something?
Yeah, he was past his pomp. Was he as
He
bad as everyone thought he was?
He was okay. I think he was a bit.
I remember he used to wear his socks.
His head was ahead of his legs.
Like Steve Claridge.
Very low, wasn't there? Ankle biters, they were. Very low. But no, I mean, yeah, bring them in. You need to be doing that. That was the whole point. You'd be like a Chuckle Brothers. You had your little me to you. That was their thing.
Yeah, by bringing them into a Christmas kids party and they never say it, you'd be really annoyed, wouldn't you?
You would, yeah, 100%.
Oh, where's the cake, Paul? Oh dear, it's not here. And he doesn't say it. Yeah, he'd be a bit annoyed.
Pass it to me. Oh, here you go.
Here. Yeah.
It's the only reason I paid for you.
Pass the parcel. Come on.
So yeah, I think France were great. I don't think anyone expected France to win it. I can't remember thinking France.
Well, hang on. Let's have a look at the France squad because if memory serves, their squad was pretty good.
I mean,
you've run through the Spain squad, which didn't look the best, did it?
They had quite a lot of good names in there to think they would get out the group.
Do you know what group they were in, Sean?
I think it was Group C with Denmark, Saudi Arabia, and South Africa.
Jeez, like an encyclopedia. Jesus Christ.
He was absolutely spot on as well. Okay. So Lama was number 1 because obviously they like to have 16 as
there. Yeah.
Lama. What is it?
Bernard Lama.
I think Lamar, yeah.
Candela, Vicente Lizarazu, Patrick Vieira, Laurent Blanc, Yuri Zorkaev, Didier Deschamps was the captain, Marcel Desailly,
Guivarch.
Stefan Guivarch.
Went to Newcastle after that tournament, didn't he?
Absolutely shy. Yeah.
Played at Auxerre at the time, 6 caps. Zinedine Zidane, Robert Perez, Thierry Henry, Diomede? Bernard Diomede. Oh, God. Alain Bogassian.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what? I'm looking at the squad, right, at the same time. And as soon as you went, oh, God, I knew exactly which player you were going to
Lilian Thuram, Fabien Barthez, Emmanuel Petit, Frank Leboeuf, Christian Carambeau, David Trezeguet, Christophe Dugarry, and then third choice keeper Charbonnier. So that squad,
Pascal Charbonnier,
it's a good squad. Yeah. Certainly better than the England squad.
Squad. But I think if you look at it, like Trezeguet, Henry were quite young. I think Perez was quite youngish. They weren't like fancied. I don't know. They weren't like, most of these players weren't like the top of, or what they
Thuram,
become. You know what I mean?
Thuram, Zidane.
I think Desai was
Jorge
probably on the
decline. Do you think?
Yeah, LeBeuf, Lizarazu, one player was always linked to United that I was desperate for us to buy. I loved him.
I think I remember Thuram was linked with us a few times. I would love to have seen him at United.
I would love to have had him at
Did he play right back for France?
Yeah.
He was better at centre half, really.
Yeah, he played right back.
Laurent Blanc didn't play in the final, did he?
No, he was suspended.
They're on the back foot there as well.
Suspended in the semi-final, didn't he? But no, don't get me wrong, great team. But obviously, you look at that Brazil squad as well. Coming back off that win in '94 with Ronaldo, Rivaldo, Dunga, Denilson, Roberto Carlos, Cafu. I think they were quite fancied, weren't they? Taffarel.
Brazil are always fancied at tournaments, aren't they? Really, unless they've had
not so much anymore. I don't think.
Decline on some.
Yeah, not so much anymore. But I think it's that final is always shrouded in mystery in regards to what happened to Ronaldo that day, and you hear all them stories about Nike forcing him to play and stuff like that, because is there like a Nike mafia walking around just forcing players to play games, because walking in, you'll swim with the fishes if you don't go and play in a
Did
final.
He have a seizure or something?
Was that saying in the morning of the game he was having seizures, yeah, and they were really worried about him and stuff like that. But you could tell in the game he wasn't Ronaldo, was it? He wasn't himself. If you've seen the game, definitely was something going on. Definitely something wrong. Like, it reminds me of that Tottenham game, against West Ham, when they all got food poisoning and they missed out on the Champions League. Oh, yeah. Imagine something like that. Lizarazu there sneaking into the hotel, dishing some poison into his bloody pasta.
Libelous. Why Lizarazu? Why is it always the little guy?
Because I said imagine. I didn't say that's what happened. So, but no, it was a shame. Obviously, a great final, 3-0, 2 goals from Zidane, and a lovely goal from Petit. It's a good final. It was a good tournament. Definitely, like Sean said, my favourite tournament. You were quite young, like you said, James. Do you remember much or?
No, obviously England-Argentina was a big one. I remember.
Watch that together.
Yeah, I remember Scotland-Brazil. Although I thought it was 1-0 Brazil, because I knew that sort of Scotland played out the skin a little bit, or perhaps Brazil had just not warmed into the tournament. But I felt like, it was essentially Scotland's final, weren't it? With all due respect, they were just really up for it and had that real sort of grittiness about them. But because I think a lot of England fans were like, "Oh, it'll be 5-0 Brazil. It'll be 5-0 Brazil," but I didn't really hung on. I'm trying to think of other memories in the tournament. And what I was going to say before you asked me was, I'm sure Sean has got some gems rather than just being locked away with his PE teacher or whatever it was watching football games. I bet you've got some stories of where you were when a certain goal went in or something.
I was a kid, so probably at home for most of the goals. Never went
to watch him in your room, peeing in a bottle, stashing under your bed.
That was very much a living room affair during the World Cup.
You're pissing in your living room in a bottle.
That's what it is, growing up in a slum.
You got about 3 toilets in your house. What are you on about? I think that might be the last tournament I supported England, 98.
Until the last tournament, it's just been.
Well, yeah. What I'm saying before.
You jump back on it in the final. We know. We remember, Aaron. It's fine.
If you look back at the podcast, I was supporting him. I had the England shirt up before, so I wasn't just jumping on the final hype train.
When I think it was Italy, Chile, it was 2 each. I think that was their opening game, Group B. After that game, I set up my Sabutio mat down. Do you remember those little big head, little body people?
Yeah.
I had to recreate the goals from that for about an hour and just wouldn't work. It's not the same, is it? You're trying to control loads of men.
Sabutio with non-Sabutio characters. Yeah, I can imagine that's quite difficult.
I was one of them kids.
I wouldn't flick them either. That'd be quite.
No, I held the head and just went like that. Like
trying to recreate the goals as well.
I remember falling in love with the Netherlands as well during this tournament. I think obviously you're wearing the away shirt there, but their home shirt was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, 98, 2000. I think they wore this kit or had this kit. So
yeah. Well, obviously, like Jaap Stam, Reisiger, De Boer, Davids, Overmars, Bergkamp, Kluivert, Seedorf. What a great team.
I'm really intrigued. Just out of curiosity, Sean, what group were the Netherlands, Holland? What group were they in?
Group E, I think. With South Korea? Oh, I've got it wrong.
No, spot on. Who else was in the group?
I need to know this. I remember because I think they beat South Korea 5-0. I think Van Hooijdonk scored a mint free kick. He came on as a sub. His first touch was a free kick. Oh,
This encyclopedic knowledge I'm really intrigued about.
It's unbelievable. Jesus.
Group B, South Korea. Give me one more team and I'll get it.
Mexico. They had someone in the team called Danny Boffin.
Was it Belgium?
Yeah, Belgium.
Yeah.
But just quickly looking at that Holland team, I mean, you still got the group name right, which was impressive, but Van der Sar, yeah, it's like Bergkamp, Kluivert, Seedorf, Cocu, Zenden, Uya, Andre Uya, remember him?
Yeah. He was a sub keeper.
Overmars, De Hoy.
Oh, yeah.
De Hoy.
Ruud Hesp.
Oh, Jesus.
Aaron Winter.
Barca have always had like number 2s, haven't they, in goal?
Who?
Barcelona.
Barca. Yeah. Like
they even had Wim Jonk was in that team. Never heard of Arthur Newman, but he was in the team.
Played for Rangers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Was that when Rangers were like decent as well and they had some good internationals?
Like Caniggia.
Yeah.
Ed De Hoy, I remember him. Lovenkrands, yeah. Ed De Hoy used to remember at Chelsea because he had the moustache and he stood out a little bit.
Yeah.
When sort of Chelsea were like UEFA Cup heavy hitters, but never really pushed on beyond that. But UEFA Cup was like quite sought after then.
He had like the rabbit teeth, didn't he, as well? Remember when Nwankwo Kanu scored that hat-trick against him for Arsenal?
Yeah. Great goal, that.
It was a great goal. That third goal, great goal. Great team, Netherlands. Come top of their group, didn't they? 5 points. I remember, like I said, we watched that England-Argentina together.
England-Argentina, I remember. Who did we play prior to Argentina?
Romania.
Yeah. Did we?
Was that it? Was it the group and then?
No, so we got knocked out in the knockout stages. So it went
right.
Tunisia, Romania, then Colombia, then it was Argentina, wasn't it?
Yeah. So really, to be honest, it was just the Argentina game for me. Like I said, I was 8 at the time, but yeah, Argentina was the one, and it was. I don't know. It was a real. I mean, full of highs and lows, as everyone will know. But the Michael Owen goal was great, and I obviously at that age as well, I didn't realise sort of the hatred towards Liverpool as much. But I was just happy that England were just winning and whatnot and back in the game, etc. But yeah, and then the Sol Campbell disallowed goal. I was watching it with Aaron at the time, and you were blaming Alan Shearer for it.
Did he foul the keeper? He didn't need to foul the keeper.
Because we thought we'd won it at that point. But yeah. And then obviously the penalties. But yeah, no, that's my real. I remember that, and I remember watching. I remember the final, but other than that, I don't really remember too many games.
Any kits stand out for you during the tournament? Do you remember? Was you even bothered back then, or is it like you look back now and you see kits and think actually?
It's when I look. It's when if you were showing me them now, I think I'd appreciate them more. Croatia's always a nice one anyway because it's got the checkered effect, hasn't it? But
Mexico's was good. I like Mexico.
The Mexico one is good because it's got the is it Inca? I don't want to get that wrong.
Oh, Aztec face, yeah.
Aztec, that's it. Sorry, Aztec design, which was nice.
Beautiful kit. There was loads. There was absolutely loads in that tournament. You think of both of Jamaica's great kits. Was Scotland's the one that had like the sort of tartan effect in it in that tournament?
Like superimposed on the background.
Yeah. It was Umbro, obviously.
Umbro were doing a lot of prints like that back then. You know, like the ground stadium in the background and stuff. So
the United badge in the middle, though, James, you'd have hated it.
Not a fan.
Any standout goals for you in the tournament?
I think this was 98. Do you remember Cautemet Blanco? Was that how you pronounce his first name? It was when he did a bunny hop through the two defenders.
Oh yeah.
Grip the ball with his 2 feet.
Yeah, there was a game. It whipped across. I can't remember if it was against maybe Belgium. I think it was Belgium. Across the box. And it was an open net. And rather than score with his instep, which would have been the obvious thing to do, he reversed. So he scored with the outside of his foot because I don't know why. Maybe a bet or a sponsor or somebody. He wanted to score with the green part of his boot or the white part of his boot. So he purposely made it harder for himself to score. So he hit the outside of his boot. I think it was that. That's the goal that stands out only because of that story. John Motson stated that fact.
So he hit it with the outside of his boot because that's where the sponsor was.
Imagine he was right-footed. He was coming from the left. It got whipped across the box. Keeper missed it. So rather than put it in with his left foot, he adjusted his body so he could put it in with the outside of his foot. That's the goal I remember.
I've just watched one. Is it against Belgium?
Yeah.
And they're wearing a white kit. He crosses it in from the left, and he hits it with the outside of his left foot. So
yeah.
He hits it with his left foot.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the one. All right. I might have got the mirror wrong. I was like that way.
Nice. Yeah, I knew what you meant. That's a good goal.
I don't really remember any goals that stand out, to be honest.
No.
What that wasn't against Argentina.
That one, I wasn't sure if that was that tournament, but that obviously is one that everybody knows of. So yeah,
that would have been mine. Most definitely. That's just again Bergkamp being Bergkamp, wonderful player, just doing Bergkamp things, wasn't it? I guess great goal for that game. Was that the quarter final? Was it?
Yeah,
I think. Yeah, great goal, great player. Obviously, Michael Owens gets a lot of attention, being how young he was. 18 was he at the time? Yeah, so there was some great goals in that tournament. Zanetti's was a good goal against England as well. Another great player. Didn't like that kit they wore. That dark blue kit wasn't for me. That one. I do like.
I don't mind it.
No, I do like Argentina's stripes. I think they're quite good. Would you like to play a game, fellas?
Play a game.
All
yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
Should we play a little bit of Kit Faced?
Love to get kit faced.
Okay, so this is Kit Faced. So this is, if you've not seen this little feature before, this is where we hide the faces of players with our faces, and it's up to the guys to try and guess who the player is. So obviously, as we are talking about World Cup 98, they are obviously going to be players from World Cup 98, obviously. So it's 5 players, or it's 5 pictures, but it's 6 players. Okay, so one of them's got 2. Yeah. A little bit interesting. So are you ready for the first one?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm guessing yes. Okay, here we go then. Your first one on Kit Faced is the lovely James scoring a goal, celebrating. No, not really. Who is that player?
It's got to be Suker, right?
Yeah, Davor.
Is that who you think it is? You're both saying that, yeah?
Yeah.
Bish Bash Bosh, yeah. Top scorer of the tournament, like we said before, 6 goals. And yeah, it's Davor Suker. Did he play for Real Madrid at the time? I can't remember.
Yeah, it was the season, didn't
he? Yeah. Obviously went to Arsenal and then West Ham as well. He scored against United for West Ham, wasn't it? I seem to remember. But yeah, there you go. Davor Suker is the first one there. Your next one is... Who is that?
Oh, number 9. Have I just mentioned him?
Stefan Givash.
Stefan Givash, is it?
Who?
You're right. It is. Probably the worst number 9 that's ever been.
Stefan Givash.
Yeah, just out of curiosity, who's the guy in the background?
Sure, that is it?
Says
Junior.
Is it Sampaio?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Did you Caesar Sampaio? Junior Sampaio, isn't it?
Well, I don't know.
We're both wrong. It was Junior Baiano. Apparently.
Junior Baiano.
Junior Baiano. I thought it was Sampaio, but yeah, no. Sampaio in midfield. Yeah, it was Cesar Sampaio was in the midfield. He was number 5. Yeah, so it's Junior Baiano, number 4 for Brazil. So it's obviously taken from the final. Your next one is this. Who is that? Playing for Jamaica against Japan. If you get this, I'll be well impressed.
It's not Robbie Earle, is it?
Is it Dion Burton?
No.
Um,
I can give you some clues like position, team, and stuff.
Oh, yeah, club would be better.
Club or position?
Club.
I might give it away. Yeah, give it away.
All right, don't tell me the club.
Position.
So he's a centre back.
Oh, right.
Sinclair.
First name?
Frank.
Well done. Yes.
He's got one of those braces on for when you go on the air.
To sleep.
Yeah. Like a neck pillow.
Yeah, that's the one, not neck brace.
No, not neck brace. I wonder what he would have done. So yeah, if it had said Chelsea, probably would have given it. Would it give it away if it had said Chelsea? Yeah. Okay, next one, probably the easiest of the lot, maybe, is this fellow.
Michael Owen.
What's that?
Michael Owen?
Yeah, Michael Owen. I'm sure that's after scoring his fabulous goal. For some reason, I always thought he was number 18 for the tournament, not number 20. So only before when you said...
Is that because it was his age?
Was it Martin Keown that wore 18, wasn't it? Yeah, I don't know why I was picturing wearing 18 for some stupid reason.
Not a fan of the number at the navel either.
I think it's all because of the badge in the centre and the actual writing, where they put the writing for the match as well. I think. Yeah, it's a bit low down, isn't it? Bit low down. Yeah. And the last one for this kit face game, these two. Bit small, the picture, guys, so I apologise, but can you tell me who they are?
I mean, the only two I can think of there is the Zamorano-Salas connection. I can't think of anyone else for Chile.
You'd be bang on, Sean. Yeah, it is Marcelo Salas and Ivan Zamorano. Zamorano wearing number 9 there, not having to have the 1+8 like he did at Inter when Ronaldo showing up.
I do like is that Reebok? I do like the Reebok.
Yeah, it's like half a Reebok logo in it because they haven't got the two arms at the other side. I am happy that I didn't put these faces on these pictures, but I'm glad I was on Salas for some strange reason, just because I liked him more than Zamorano. But yeah, there you go. Got another game if you want to play. Get into it if you want. So let's play a game of shirt impressions. Is the Talking Kit podcast. We are back for 2022. It is our World Cup 98 special, and yeah, we're going to get into another little game, and we're playing shirt impressions. So this is where I have sent 3 shirts from the tournament to James. He has told me the first player that springs to his mind when he looked at them, and we're going to put them up on the screen now, and it's up to Sean to guess which player James has told me. How confident are you on this one, Sean?
I reckon I can get in his head.
Okay.
Yeah, get right in his head. Unnerve him. Okay, let's do it then. So the first one that I sent to James was this. I think I've gone for away kits on this one. So all of them are away kits for the teams. So it is the France away shirt. The home one probably being a little bit more iconic, but like I say, as I've gone for home away shirts for all 3, I thought I'll go for this one. Still quite nice. Same. It looks the exact same as the home, obviously, but it's white instead of blue, with a blue thick stripe.
To me, I'd say like Deschamps or Zidane, but
got to get in my mind.
Yeah,
exactly. And as we went through the whole squad before, they have been mentioned.
Yeah. I'm going to say Zidane, only because he's out. He's that's I think who James would think of straight away.
You think?
His age as well at the time.
Out of 10, how confident are you?
7.5.
7.5.
So specific.
You were wrong. There's 2 players there, but he was actually thinking of David Trezeguet.
Oh, right.
That's
I didn't
the
expect
player.
that.
Yeah, I was surprised by that when he sent it through. I wasn't thinking, why Trezeguet, James?
I don't know. I just remember him. Well, just when that kit came up. I mean, that's part of the game, isn't it? But I do remember him in that tournament. For some reason, I misremembered. I thought he wore 17, but maybe that was just for Juventus and stuff.
Yeah,
but I do remember him in that kit.
He was always 20 for France. But no, that's the best picture I could get of him in it, to be honest with you. I know Henri's sort of more focused, but yeah. There we go. So the first one, Sean, unfortunately, it's a big fat 0. You didn't get that one right. So the next one is this. James has actually got it on, which is great. Modelling it very, very nice there. So yeah, it is the Netherlands away shirt. Beautiful blue with the orange pinstripes. The one thing I liked the most about these Nike shirts was the sort of little colour around the Nike tick. Obviously, it's got orange on this one. So yeah, Sean.
Zenden. I think Zenden.
Straight away.
Right in there. Didn't even let me finish. You think it was Bolo Zenden?
Yeah.
Locking down that answer.
The Deja Vu Zenden.
How confident?
Well, it was the first one I thought of, and I thought, I don't think.
If it's not who.
Nobody thinks like you, Sean.
No, I don't think you think. I don't think you're thinking Clivert. I don't think you're thinking one of the De Boers, or maybe you are. Yeah, I'm going to put De Boer, but I'm not going to specify R or.
No, you have to specify the player. You can't just say that.
All right,
otherwise, I'll just say a Dutch player.
Ronald.
You sure?
Yeah.
Locking that one in.
Locked in.
All right. Failed miserably. It is actually Clivert. There he is getting sent off against Belgium in a 0-0 draw in the group stages. See, I think you're thinking a bit too much. You said it. You won't be thinking them, but maybe sometimes you got to think it might be the easiest player. So yeah, 0 for 2 at the moment. Considering you were very confident going in, thinking you could get into his head. It's a fortress at the moment. So the last one for you, Sean, is this one. Probably we've spoke about this kit quite a bit. I don't think any of us like it. It is the England away shirt from this tournament.
I know it's
with the horrible.
You know it straight away. Okay.
Go on then. Let's talk us through it. Who do you think it is?
Young Solomon Campbell.
Why do you think it's Sol Campbell?
I'm getting Campbell vibes.
Getting Campbell vibes. Okay.
Yeah.
Locking in that answer.
In your head.
It's in there.
Locking in that answer.
Locked in. Padlock.
How confident are you?
9.4.
Okay, so I'm going to play it. I'm going to go over, but I think the player that he's chosen is the first player I thought of, and I think I know why, and the picture will describe that reason. So he did choose. It's David Beckham. Probably for scoring that free kick.
It is that picture that I can envisage.
Yeah, scoring that free kick against Colombia. After he didn't start the first game, did he? And I think he worked his way back in the team. I think people were a bit. It's like a redemption goal in that tournament because he wasn't getting picked. But yeah, unfortunately, Sean, you've absolutely fucked it, mate. Got none after being so confident at the beginning. Have you got anything to say for yourself?
I think it's COVID messing up with my airwaves.
Yeah, playing the Omicron. That's it.
Didn't even make it out the group stage, Sean. Disappointing.
Unfortunate there.
Everyone has a Spain, don't they?
They do. So yeah, that was shirt impressions. Unfortunately, Sean got niche. And unfortunately, that is the end of this episode of the Talking Kit podcast. Hope you've enjoyed it. I think we've all enjoyed reminiscing about World Cup '98. First episode we've done on a specific tournament, which is quite good. I've enjoyed it. Talking and just looking back at some of the players, the kits, and some of the memories that we have from that tournament. I hope you both enjoyed it as well.
As always.
Fantastic. Great start to 2022.
We're going to back doors in, are we, or something? I
We're
don't
going
know
to
what we're doing with it.
smash its backside in
That's
2022.
it, yeah.
Speaking of which, yeah, we've got some new ideas coming to the channel. We're going to look to add a few more shows and a few different sort of ideas. Yeah, so just keep on the lookout. I may be doing my T90, a little bit of vlogs on my journey to buying T90 shirts. Maybe even looking at going to away games or going watching football together, lower league teams, which might be called TK Go Away. And also, we're going to be looking to do a weekly show, which should be starting the Thursday after this podcast drops on the Monday. And it's called Full Kit Rankers. And this is where we're just going to be ranking shirts from a specific team, league, tournament, make, whatever, sponsor. And we'll have guests on, and we'll just be having a little chat and seeing how these shirts all rank after we've all scored them. So loads coming up on Talking Kit. Like I say, we are looking to make 2022 the year that we finally start making some waves. So if it is your first time Talking Kit, why don't you drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, yeah, help us grow, share it with your friends who also like kits. And yeah, if you want to join, you want to get involved, let us know in the comments. And yeah, you could be on the podcast one day if you are very, very lucky. We'll see. So yeah, boys, it's been great. And anything you want to say, Sean?
Peace out. Stay kitty.
Stay kitty. What lovely. James?
Nothing from me. No, just follow the socials. And yeah, like you say, there's a lot that we're looking to line up this year to, make the channel bigger and better. So yeah, keep an eye out for that.
Great. Yeah. So guys, take it easy and keep it Talking Kit, and we'll see you soon.